Some more of the U.S. Marines in Somalia are on their way home tonight. 500 of them began leaving today for their home base of Camp Pendleton, California. As they left, 9 Somalian warlords sat down to talk about an upcoming peace conference. WBTV's Steve Crump and videographer Terry Allen traveled to Somalia last month with the U.S. Air Force. And all this week at 6 o'clock, they're taking us inside Operation Restore Hope. Tonight, we take to the air to learn about just one of the Carolina connections making a difference in Somalia.
Seeing the hardships of hunger tugs at the heartstrings, and it becomes a life-changing experience.
4-3, flight level 350. Estimating our roll at 0553, New Barnet.
I'm kind of empathetic by nature, and so I get touched pretty easily.
Missions of Mercy ease the pinch of poverty. 33,000 feet above the front lines of famine, Steve Hansel flies relief supplies to Africa from Charleston Air Force Base.
Well, we're happy to be able to help.
How does this get to you emotionally sometimes?
Well, there's the wish that personally you could do a little bit more, and yet it's good to be able to do this much.
Air Force members call the exercise feeding a pipeline, but those on the receiving end say it's a needed lifeline, connected by air, land, and sea. This is where the initial invasion began back in December, but now all of the military vessels have pulled out. The only ships in the Indian Ocean right now are those waiting to make deliveries of food. Getting food where it's needed is one part of the mission. The other part of Operation Restore Hope is maintaining order in a war-ravaged country. Somalis say that order is making a difference.
Yes, they are happy with the food coming.
Is your life better now?
Yes, we like.
Your living conditions have improved?
The living condition before it was very dangerous, but now it will become better.
During the effort of helping others in a land that lacks plenty, we met servicemen like Dave Brackett of Rutherford County who are counting their blessings.
We live in a world where everything is pretty much provided for us, and where hard work will get you ahead, and there it's a daily fight for survival.
But increasing the chances of survival for people living in Somalia provides inspiration to pilots who are growing weary with the mission.
Just when you get tired of being here, I guess it's kind of motivational to get out and see, a lot of the people that are out there are so happy to get what they're getting, no matter how much it is.
Steve Crump, WBTV News, Mogadishu, Somalia.
Now, tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, we'll take to the streets of Somalia, where American Marines with a Carolina connection are helping to keep the peace. More than 3,000 other troops will return to the U.S. later this week, most of them Marines from Camp Pendleton, California.
Still, there are thousands of American soldiers and Marines in Somalia. They're making sure that desperately needed food is getting to the people who have to have it to survive. Steve Crump spent a week in Somalia last month, and tonight he takes us to a marketplace where soldiers with a Carolina connection do all they can to keep the peace.
It is depressing to watch since it appears soldiers brought in to help can only do so much. In Odur, French troops have control of the streets with the help of a few American Marines. One we met is Lance Corporal Billy Shaver of Waxhaw, who feels welcome in a land far from home.
They're all very friendly. They're glad we're here, I think. And I think they feel safer with us here.
Nice landing. Thanks. Beautiful landing.
Another successful touchdown in this community near the Ethiopian border, and a team of villagers continues lending helping hands to bring about change. Maize, millet, and wheat are served up to those without the most basic of needs. But some caught in this vicious cycle of hunger say the grain isn't enough.
We need milk, meat, and oil.
Welcome to the market, the only place where folks can buy meat, milk, and oil if they're lucky enough to have money. Our guide is Mohammed Talusi.
Some people need and they haven't. Some people haven't any money to get to buy or to sell. So our business is very good, she said.
There is demand for non-food items like pottery and firewood.
Each group is 100 shillings.
Show me the meat market. What kind of meat do we have here? I see that you have a butcher here.
This is camel milk meat.
With a shelf life of 3 days, camel milk is also a precious commodity.
When it is fresh, it's expensive. Yeah.
But when it's not fresh, the price goes down?
Yeah, it goes down. Price goes down.
Kind of like the stock market.
Yeah.
We found stolen shipments of food from the USA being bartered right on the streets. It says not to be sold or exchanged, but,
yes.
But yet it's being sold here in the market.
Yes.
Water containers like used bottles move at a premium price.
This is an empty bottle. It's for sale.
No beer?
No beer. It's empty.
How much?
To drink. 200, 300.
300 shillings?
Yeah.
For one bottle?
Yeah. Empty bottle.
The remnants of lawlessness easy to spot in this town. Many of the shopkeepers have been forced to close and shut down their businesses. But still there's the feeling and expectation that prosperity may one day return to this community. The 300-year-old community is on the mend. Airman Jeff Bright of Marion, who visited Odur late last year, sees a big difference.
People were everywhere starving. They were just too skinny, lying around, sick, fly-infested areas everywhere. It was just pretty bad all the way around, and you could tell that the food that we've been bringing in here has been doing so much good.
So much good that 6 months ago, 300 people a week starved to death here. The toll on average now is less than one a day. Steve Crum, WBTV News, Odur, Somalia.
Word tonight that U.S. Marines have shot and killed a Somalian boy. The child was running toward them with a suspicious package, and the Marines opened fire. This as peacekeepers try to break up new fighting between rival warlords. Tonight, we continue our week-long trip to Somalia with a story of a man who can't forget his homeland. Steve Crump says a Carolina connection has taken this man all the way from Charlotte back to the harsh realities of Somalia.
Sunrise over Somalia, pretty as a postcard. Some mornings, servicemen seek rest on supplies that will add relief. Reflective moments that bring understanding.
We're all in this together, and it's up to each and every one of us to strive and see that something like this could never happen to us.
Relief shipments like this have been arriving in Baidoa at the accelerated rate of 3 per hour. On board this plane, 30,000 pounds of grain to be distributed throughout the country's hard-hit regions. While making inroads of friendship in this nation of devastation and deprivation, there is a very important connection from the Carolinas, building bridges of brotherhood. Meet Abdul Hassan Abdi, Somali native. He makes his home in Charlotte, but is back in his homeland. When U.S. troops came to restore order, Abdi left the Queen City to become an interpreter for the Marines. It's been a painful homecoming for the former UNCC student.
And you feel very depressed about it, the way things have been going on around here. And it's just another completely different world.
But in a country of confusion, Abdi's good works are praised by tribal elders.
He says he's absolutely proud to see a fellow Somali that is in an American uniform.
Expressions and attitudes of the children pluck the heartstrings on the road to Badoa. Faces filled with joy contrasted by stomachs starved from famine. Hunger isn't the only threat to human life here.
If you were to beat on it hard enough with a hammer, this thing could go.
And this was found near the village there?
Yeah, right on the backside of the village. It's also a Marine just found a TM-57 landmine.
Hidden weapons turn into the day's treasure, and Marines waste no time in destroying their powerful discoveries. Members of a Fort Bragg psychiatric unit tell us the weapons roundups bring calm to a community where calamity is the norm.
This town especially has returned a lot to normal based on the Marines' work of disarming the town. The bad people now don't have the weapons anymore, so things can go the way they're supposed to.
It is a town tainted with trouble, but through a clear window of opportunity, hope is being restored, with big help from the outside and a few small actions from a native son. Steve Crump, WBTV News, Badoa, Somalia.